Why the heck is it so hard to buy sneakers these days? Now don't get me wrong, it's always been hard to buy the most hype, most limited, most sought after sneakers, or at least it's been that way for the past 20 years. If you wanted Tiffany Dunks, Red Octobers, Space Jam 11s, Travis Scott Air Jordans, Chunky Dunkies, Dior 1s, they were hard to get. You couldn't just walk into a store and pick them up off the shelf. That's the game we all know and love. Sometimes. But things changed after the pandemic hit. A lot more people got into sneakers all of a sudden, and they were upset they couldn't get their newfound grails. Why can't Nike make a trillion pairs of the shoes I want just because they're limited? So Nike heard people's cries. They started to make what seemed like at least a lot more shoes. The resale market seemingly collapsed. Everything was available at retail or at least close to it. You can still get Legend Blue 11s at Foot Locker. Black Toe Jordan 1 sat. Military Blue 4 sat on shelves. Even Black Cement 3s couldn't move. The Alma Air Jordans from last year sat too, and in the past those sneakers were super hyped. And it's not a bad thing. Let people get the shoes, and not for way more than retail. But us humans are conditioned to want what we can't have. We want shoes, not just because we want them, but because of their perceived value. So what is Nike doing? Instead of flooding the market with every single sneaker, they're pulling back, making things harder to get. The Bred Jordan 1s were super limited at the top of the year. That one was a little crazy because it's such an iconic shoe. The N95s were limited to 10,000 pairs. How the heck did you even get them? You had to go on a treasure hunt for the Cortez Huaraches. The Ruby Red Slipper SB Dunks were done blind box style, which was actually super cool, but they were only limited to 85 pairs. The Nigel 4s weren't easy to get either. And let's not forget the Black Metallic 5s sold out with the quickness. Same with Cool Gray 9s. Undefeated even made a Spirit On that was only limited to 1,000 pairs. People seem to be upset about it, which is weird because I don't think even 1,000 people were anticipating that shoe. There's an Air Max 95 based off of designer Sergio Lozano's initial sketch that's only released in a few thousand pairs. Feels like Nike's pulling back on allocations just to help build hype around its whole cool person sneaker business. After they opened the floodgates and saw it backfire, maybe it's a smart move in the long run? I don't know. It's certainly bringing some energy back to the brand, but it's making people a little more frustrated in the process, and it's not like their stock's in a good place right now. Is there a sweet spot, or is it the thrill of the hunt that draws you into wanting sneakers? Let's see what Nike does the rest of the year.